Hi everyone, a very we know a lot of you have queries regarding the date. I think just now it has been released that your NEET PG probably will be on 3rd of August. That is what the National Board has submitted to the court. So we thought, why not go live and talk about it?
Yes, absolutely. And if you were wondering why we were waiting, this was exactly the reason. See, it's very, very important और ये हमने आपको भी सिखाया है कि when there is a lot of chaos around, it's better to take a pause, है ना? And wait for the storm to settle. Also, that gives us clarity on what we should be doing, है ना? अब कल जैसे मैंने बोला था, the only thing we had to say was, yes, the exam is postponed, right? But today, now we know that NEET PG has put forward to the court that they want to keep the new date as the 3rd of August, which is exactly what I was telling in my Telegram channel as well since yesterday. कि इतनी जल्दी पेपर नहीं होगा, they will need time, right? So now we have almost 2 months to go for the exam, and we need to revisit our strategy, refocus, realign. And now, what is the big difference? सबसे बड़ा difference ये था बेटा कि हम हमेशा close to the exam we talk about what? We talk about accelerating final push, and we talk about final lap, right? जहाँ पे हमें speed चाहिए. Now we have to reconsider, and now more importantly, we don't need speed now. What we need is to keep the momentum going, right?
So first of all, now I want all of you to understand that the exam that was supposed to happen on 15th of June now is probably going to be on 3rd of August. So this is the tentative date that we have now,
Yes.
and my doubt is that I want all of you. Let me just type it also for people's benefit. Okay, so 3rd August. So my doubt is that this is slightly more time than what you would need. You have like full of June, full of July, and this is the time actually to then the risk is that if you don't take it seriously, it is the time for someone else who is starting now and all they can still do it. So you have to take this very seriously. कि, boss, I cannot lose my momentum in 2 months. Even if you were winning in your GTs, you were winning everywhere. The risk is that now someone else can be the underdog who makes a comeback in 2 months. 2 months is like I would believe it's like a very like
Yeah,
generous amount of time
yes.
to cover your 19 subjects. You can. So my advice to all of you is, if you were waiting for a perfect day to start your live rapid revision notes, this is the time now. If you were waiting
We will
for
take it slow.
finishing off your weak subjects from your back to basics, or using the test and discussion, this is the right time because there is enough time now.
Right. So now let's first, I said we need to realign. So there are different types of students who would be here with us. For example, let me put you into the category of the ones who were in great momentum. Can you tell me how many of you think that you were in the best phase of your preparation? You were with good momentum. I'm not talking about how much you could retain and whatever, but you think that you were going all out, and yes, you were going with great momentum. So this is category number 1. Can you let me know who are the students who think they were in good momentum? Yes. And as someone said, I was so in the zone. Yes, Anshita, exactly. You are the category first time talking about. Yes, people are saying we were head on, right? We were there, almost there. Now, what is in store for you? Now, when you were heading, taking it head on, and you were going with full swing, and you knew that this was the last 15 days, you want to go all out. The problem is now you cannot go with same intensity, right? उससे क्या होगा? Burnout हो जाता है. But on the contrary, you cannot also slack, right? What will happen अगर हम slack कर जाएंगे? There is enough time for others to catch on and therefore move ahead as well, which means now we are all again at the same starting line. Do you understand this? It's not that कोई आगे है और कोई पीछे है. From here on, how we take these 2 months and what we is going to be a great factor. Then how many of you, I will ask you, you were in like the okayish zone? I mean, you knew that the exam is coming, you know that you were you were getting better, and yes, you needed just some time to reach out to those people who were actually leading. Yes, how many of you think that you were a little far behind, but you are not like in the leading phase? किसको ऐसा लगता है? ये वाले बच्चे हाथ खड़ा करो आप. So what is in store for this category of, yeah, so the okay zone, right? Now, for the people who were in the okay zone, you never thought you could be leaders because you thought, "Arey, 15 din hi hai. I'll try my best, right? But yeah, I am going to get good score, but maybe not the top notch, and I'm okay with it, right?" But you guys did not know that you could now be the leaders as well. You could be the cheerleaders. You could be in the forefront. And now is the time that you realize this, that yes, somebody may be ahead of me, but now I have this opportunity to become the cheerleader, to be in the forefront, to be there, right? So you have to take in a different stride. You have to take it like, okay, leaders, I'm coming on, okay? And then I will come to the third category, but let's see what Dr. Sumer has to say about it.
नहीं, मेरा तो यही कहना है कि अभी जो आपके पास टाइम आ गया ना बेटा, ये वो वाला टाइम है जब आपको याद होगा जब हम लास्ट आपसे ट्रांसफॉर्म सेशन में मिले थे। आप में से कई बच्चे कह रहे थे काश मेरे पास टाइम होता, मैं लाइव रैपिड रिवीजन की वीडियो देख के पढ़ता नोट्स को। काश मेरे पास टाइम होता तो मैं वीक सब्जेक्ट्स पे बैक टू बेसिक्स के वीडियो देख के कर लेता। अब वो टाइम आ गया है। या काश टाइम होता तो फार्मा अच्छे से कर लेता। काश टाइम अच्छा होता तो मैं टीएनडी ही कर लेता। We all had that, those zones of regrets before the exam. फर्क सिर्फ इतना है, अब आपने ये नहीं करना कि अब पहले तो आप ये कहते रहे टाइम होता तो करूं, अब टाइम आ गया तो कह रहे हैं कि अब जब इतना टाइम है तो अब छोड़ते हैं। ऐसा नहीं करना है। दिस इज द टाइम टू मेक अप फॉर वट एवर यू वर मिसिंग ऑन। माई क्वेश्चन टू यू इज, अगर कुछ भी ऐसा था जो आप करना चाहते थे, जो अब आपके पास वो टाइम आ गया है टू डू दैट।
Right. And I will not leave out. So, when I say you were in the okay zone, you were like in the 130 to 145 wala zone. That was the okay zone. And when I said the people who were in the forefront, I said those who were beyond 150, right? They were doing good. And now I will come to the third category as well, right? So people who were below 125. And we've always talked about that is a little danger zone to be in, है ना? क्योंकि competition ज़्यादा है, हम सब पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, we all want to do well, we all want to break grounds, right? So there are a lot of you who were a little below 125 as well, right? So now tell me, who were the ones who were below 125? Now, you were thinking, is it possible for me? You've been asking us that, right? Ma'am, I'm still at 100. Is it possible for me? Ma'am, I'm at 110. Is it possible for me? Right? So there were these people who were below 125 who were sort of, not having a very good feeling, but yes, they need somebody to tell them that you can do it. Now that someone is not just us, it is the NBE. Okay? They're telling you, guys, we're giving you time. What you need to do is make most out of it. So, which means, what am I trying to say? Irrespective of which zone you are in, do you understand? सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम आपको लग रहा होगा सबसे नीचे वालों को है, नहीं, ऊपर वालों को भी उतना ही प्रॉब्लम है. Every category has their own problem. So the leaders who are above 150, now they have to ensure that people don't come running, right? So they can't slack at all. They need to keep it going. People between 130 to 145, they know they're almost there into the next league. So they will push through to reach the next league. And people who are below 125, now is your opportunity to actually change your zone, get into a better zone, get into better ranks, because then you ensure you will have better options. So, like as we said, the tentative date is now 3rd of August, which gives us good 2 months. So, we will go a little slow now in telling you what all you can do, and maybe I will do it zone wise as well, right? So, people who were beyond 150, I'll keep 130 to 150 in zone 2, and I will keep below 130 as the third zone. Okay? So I'm keeping the zones like beyond 150 वाला एक zone है, 130 to 150 एक और zone है, which I call as the cluster zone, और एक zone है below 130 वाला, right? So we are going to bit by bit start, and we will also take your queries. Don't worry, we know you are waiting for us. एंड मुझे पहले लग रहा था कि यार अगर हम एक दिन लाइव नहीं भी जाएंगे तो क्या फर्क पड़ेगा, बच्चे you there are so many people just creating a lot of noise on YouTube. Everybody is like creating a chaos for them. Let's give them a little calm. But मुझे ऐसा देख के कि आप लोग हमें मिस कर रहे थे, it really fills me with a lot of, I don't know, soft zone, because I really did not feel कि कोई इतना मिस कर रहा होगा. बट येस, देयर वाज डेलिबरेट रीजन हम वेट कर रहे थे बच्चे. वी जस्ट डिड नॉट वांट टू बी वन मोर सेट ऑफ पीपल हु आर क्रिएटिंग chaos and anxiety for you, so we were waiting on. Okay.
And also, we don't want to get into the speculation zone. So we
Yeah.
wanted the date to come out before we come live, because if we come live without the date, half the query in the chat box would
Yeah,
have been,
what would
sir,
be the
what
date?
do you think date is? What do you think date is? And we don't want to. So we always tell you that whenever there is a confirmed information, we'll tell it on the YouTube or on the DAMS app. We will not speculate about the dates because it creates a lot of tension. Now, what I want you to do is imagine now, few days back you were running like you are running a 100-meter sprint. Remember, you are running a 100-meter sprint. Do you remember that? And when we are running a 100-meter sprint, we are running like very fast. We are giving it all we have, because we don't care about getting tired, we don't care about getting burned out, because we know कि बस
Yes.
we have to run for 15 days. ये समझ पा रहे हैं? So now many of you have been asking me कि sir, whenever you come live, do address this. Sir, I am not feeling the same energy now,
Yeah.
because my mind thinks that now I have to play for maybe 60 plus days. Now I will not play it like a 15 days. समझ पा रहे हैं? Now it is not going to be a sprint. It is slightly like a वो
Marathon.
मैराथन, वैसे
Yeah.
प्रोफेशनल वाला तो नहीं, जैसा वो दिल्ली में मैराथन रहता है वैसा वाला, जो हमारे जैसे मिडिल एज के लोग भाग रहे होते हैं. सो वी वो से दैट इट्स लाइक अ हाफ मैराथन काइंड ऑफ अ स्टफ. नाउ the thing is, you have to little bit conserve energy. So my question is, if you're feeling too overwhelmed, too tired, you're too exhausted from whatever is happening, there is no harm in taking a break of 1 or 2 days and then come back. Because you could not afford a break in the 15 days, क्योंकि वो that was like a sprint. Now we have a half marathon kind of a thing. So can you think of that as well? Because you have to be till the best, you have to be there till the date of the exam in your best of your mental form. You don't want to get burnt out somewhere. So do you understand? So if you want to take a break, this is a good time to take a 1 day break and then come back. Second thing I want you to know is that this is the time where the leaders will have to work hard to maintain the position.
Yeah.
So, like Dr. Deepti said,
Zone
like
one, the
like
one with the
like
150
suppose you
plus.
are on an aeroplane and you are maintaining the height, but still the fuel will have to be burned because you have to
Maintaining.
maintain the height. Try to understand, even if you were 160 correct, 170 correct, sir, NEET PG तोड़ देंगे, फोड़ देंगे, जीत जाएंगे. This is the time to maintain that zone. You can't be like that rabbit, and वो टर्टल वाली बचपन में कहानी थी ना, ऐसा नहीं कि सर तो अब मैं एक महीना रेस्ट करूँ, ऐसा नहीं, फिर तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. So you can take a break, there is no harm in that, but you can't overdo it. You have to start making a comeback again. You have to start building the momentum again. And my suggestions will be, use, if you have not done it so far, I would strongly suggest test and discussion. Make your own calendar out of the test and discussion. You already have a recorded version available on the test TND course, as well as live action also happening. And you make your own schedule for 2 months. We will also help you with subsequent videos. But can you get that idea that you need to keep giving yourself targets, achieve them, again build the momentum back?
Absolutely, yes. So, जैसे हमने कहा, it is very essential that we take cognizance of whatever has happened. And as Sir said, it is absolutely okay to take 1 or 2 day off, but we can't make it very long. क्योंकि जितना लंबा आप gap लोगे, if you take a very long gap, it becomes difficult to restart with the same energy, and it will take you a longer time, right? The inertia is going to be there, and therefore we can't afford to lose that inertia, right? So I would say 1 or 2 days ka break is absolutely fine. So so that you can readjust and realign, but we can't make it very long. Okay, that is the first thing that has been a constant query that I've been getting. Can we take 1 or 2 days off? Can we relax a little? Of course you can. I think it is anyways a lot of mental trauma to go through what you have to go through being a NEET PG aspirant. And you may not feel it, but we are equally affected by it every year. It's been happening from 2020. I mean, things have never come back post COVID. None of the exams have happened in time. Every year there is a reason or one for the exam getting postponed, and we do understand that there is a lot of mental trauma attached to it for everyone involved. Okay, so now let us talk about what we could do in these 2 months to ensure that we get better than what we are today. Okay. So the first thing that I want to say is we need to ensure we are revising. Okay. That is very essential. So if you are asking me what should we do to revise, and this is for anyone, no matter in which zone you are, and I will tell you how to, how to make it better every time, right? So if we are talking about revisions, then yes, your resource should be LRR and DVT, exactly in the order that I have told you before, right? So pehle I will now advise everyone, if you have not done it till now, one cycle of live rapid revision car revision is very important. And the reason I say that is I know what content we have given you. It is a content which is exactly the mid path. It's not very short, but it's not very lengthy. It is an optimum material for revision, especially when you have like 2 months. So everybody, no matter beta ji which phase or zone that I mentioned you are in, one cycle of live rapid revision is good for everyone. Okay. Second, if we are talking about DVT, yes, I know we have pushed you into the DVT zone because that is what should be our resource for last 1 month or 20 days. And that is why we were intensively doing the DVT revisions. So, yes, we can push them a little. We can do one cycle of LRR and then we can do the DVT revision. Anyway, the content is from the main notes only. So, they are not mutually exclusive contents. The content will be based on the same PYTs and probable topics, but yes, the depth is going to be a little more in LRR as compared to DVT, right? So one cycle of LRR and then we go to the DVT. Coming to what about my main notes, right? So anybody who's talking about the revision part, you can selectively go back to your main notes. For example, we are going to give you the test that we have to do. So I'll come to the testing part as well, right? And when we make mistakes in the test, selectively for those topics, it is a good idea to go back to your main notes so that you're not just mugging up one line, but you are ensuring that you know something above it, something below it, and it gives you a good integrated information about your weak topic. So this is about the revision part. Also coming to someone for whom it is very difficult to do revisions by your own self because you may not be self motivated, and looking at what things are happening, I think it is pretty difficult. I can't blame you for it, but बहुत मुश्किल है to keep yourself pushed always, right? But 2 महीने के लिए हमें करना ही होगा. So anyone who cannot do it by themselves, please use the NEET PG TND. It is an excellent method for retrograde revision. It is based on PYQs and PYTs as well as updates. The discussions are, very high yielding. They are from your main notes, but they tell you how to approach, right? So TNDs for anyone who cannot plan their revisions on their own, joining the NEET PG TND would be a very good decision to revise. Right, so this is broadly as far as revision is concerned. I haven't yet started talking about the test. I will.
I see there are many students who have asked for more
We'll
CBTs.
do that.
So, we will plan accordingly. And I think in the subsequent sessions, we will announce also. We are looking at the information right now, and nobody's sure when the exam is going to be. And also, I think we have a limited amount 1 month subscription available on all the courses because of the delay in the paper. But I think we hear you. There are students who want a 2 or 3 month subscriptions as well. So we'll look at
And
it
it
if
is
it is
a fair
possible.
thing because
We
the
will look.
name
We'll
is
look
down
at.
now.
We'll look at it, because we have no idea when the exam will happen. Because of last year, we've seen that even after declaring the date, in the nth moment they can again postpone for some other reason. So it is
Yes.
very important
The
to be.
tentative date is 3rd of
Yes,
August. That's what
that's
the
it. Yes.
NBE has told the court, that they want to keep the
So
new
we will
date as
be,
3rd.
yeah, we will be like recalibrating your DVT based revision schedule. It will continue, but slightly
अभी मैं
we'll make it
बताती
more
हूँ, हाँ.
comfortable. We will add more CBTs for you. We will open the enrollment very soon. We will restructure the marathon that was planned in a way where it can give you more support on the YouTube. So we are planning on our side whatever we can. And also my request to all of you is, दिस इज द टाइम टू थिंक कि अगर मैं अभी तक जीत रहा था तो मुझे पढ़ना है टू मेंटेन माय विन. इफ आई वाज नॉट विनिंग सो फार, देन आई हैव टू स्टडी टू बी द अंडरडॉग. अभी मौका आ गया है. अभी यू अंडरस्टैंड. इफ यू वर अ लेट स्टार्टर इन दी वन वीक बैक, यू वर थिंकिंग कि बॉस अभी पढ़ के भी क्या ही कर लूंगा, 15 दिन है. नाउ यू हैव मोर देन 2 months. So now don't make that an excuse. 2 months is good enough. 2 months में if somebody is serious, you can finish the complete live rapid revision at least twice. आराम से कर लोगे उसको, एक बार स्लो एक बार फास्ट. And you can do DVT multiple times. You can cover your weak areas from back to basics. In 2 months, everything is possible. It is very big. And it's slightly more than 2 months actually as of now.
Yes. So, as far as your TND is concerned, because I see a lot of queries for it. See, TND comes with all inclusions, right? So, it NEET TND also includes back to basics. It includes the entire test series. It includes all the short revision courses, including DVT and live rapid revision. So, we will try and take out a shorter subscription for NEET TND, maybe a 3-month plan, because I see lots and lots of requests for that. But at the same time, I also want to tell you that already jinka active hai TND, you already in the TND have 2 cycles with you, right? So when we say TND, we're giving you lots of test papers in it for practicing, right? So anybody who has taken TND, please know that you already have 2 test papers in it with video discussions. One cycle is also going live for you, right? Now coming to, okay.
Okay, I just wanted to add one thing which you may not be able to see right now. अ, अभी एक बार ना सब बच्चे एक बार मेरे साथ सोचेंगे. So today we are in June, then there is July, then your NEET PG will happen in August. And considering what has gone on by now, the result will come by end of August or September. Then the counselings will happen. Are you able to understand me? So when the counseling is happening, that is the time where November INICET will be happening. So if you were not thinking about November INICET, which is very fair, when you are giving a June exam, you will सोचो यार इसमें जो हो गया मैं तो नवंबर का INICET कभी नहीं दूंगा. But now you have that window that most likely many of you will be writing INICET in November because the counseling process, we know the speed at which the
Yeah,
counseling process works.
it
I'm
will take
sure
a long time.
there will be no reforms in that regard at the pace we can see already. Last 5 years we have never seen a NEET PG happen on time. Last 5 years कभी भी ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि नीट पीजी जो बोले उस डेट पे हो जाए, काउंसलिंग जो बोले उस डेट पे हो जाए, ऐसा हो ही नहीं रहा. सो इफ आई वाज इन योर प्लेस आई वुड थिंक ऑफ द नवंबर एग्जाम एज वेल. डोंट जस्ट से कि सर 1-2 महीने करना है. अभी 1-2 महीने से ज्यादा पढ़ना पड़ेगा, ज्यादा पढ़ना पड़ेगा. बिकॉज जब तक रिजल्ट आएगा तब तक तो अपन रुकेंगे नहीं. जब तक नीट पीजी का रिजल्ट आएगा तब तक तो हम पढ़ रहे होंगे ना, हम क्यों रुकेंगे? Because there is a bigger exam coming up for INICET also. So if I was in your place, I would now start planning till the November INICET so that you have a good idea in your head. And I also want you, those of you who are planning a break today, it's a good idea to watch the match. I saw many people asking this in the comments. It's a good idea to watch the final match.
Okay, now coming to people who already have our Ultimate App Live or Back to Basics. Both are again coming with lot of inclusions. सब कुछ same ही है, but Ultimate App Live also have App Live classes, right? And they also have access to B2B. So anybody who has these courses, you already again have access to the entire test series. Please हाथ जोड़ के विनती है उसको use करो. I don't know how many tests I am giving you people, so I will repeat for you. One is grand tests, and they will keep coming. We will keep putting new grand tests, and all grand tests come with video discussions. Second is transform 10x test. I have recently finished one cycle, and now very soon I will start another fresh cycle of transform 10x mini test, which will be subject wise, and they will be shorter tests that you know already. So I will be restarting another cycle of transform 10x test. The third test order there is DVT based test that we are doing for your revisions. Okay. Now, DVT revision test, I will not stop them, but you have to promise me that whenever I am giving you a target, you will do them. प्लीज इकट्ठे नहीं करोगे, राइट? द लीस्ट दैट वी वांट इज कि आप सिर्फ सामान इकट्ठा कर रहे हो. Okay, I want you to give each of these tests, bache, so that you get to know where you exactly are. Okay, up where you stand, where you want to be, what is the gap, how will we bridge it, how do we I make a wrong diary, which parts do I look up from my main notes, सबका answer tests में है, right? So please DVT test आप करो. मगर मैं क्या करूंगी ना, initially because we were closer to the exam, मैंने एक दिन में दो दो सब्जेक्ट के भी टेस्ट रखे थे. इफ दे वर नॉट बिग सब्जेक्ट्स, मेडिसिन आई डिड सेपरेटली, सर्जरी आई डिड सेपरेटली, एंड टुडे वाज ऑब्स एंड गायनी. हैव has everyone given the obs and gynae DVT test? Yes, I know I've been getting a lot of marks. I keep asking you your scores. So please give the DVT based obs and gynae test. And it's a reminder to everyone who's there. Please remember that the DVT based tests are free for everyone. Okay, anybody can give the DVT based test. All you have to go is to the home page. Home page में top में दिखेगा tests. So tests में go to DVT tests, and all tests for DVT are free for everyone. Anyone can give those tests. So that will give you a momentum and a target for every day. So every day you will have a new test which becomes live. That becomes your target. You can also revise according to that schedule, right? Then there are subject wise tests. Anyone who hasn't covered the subject wise test so far can use the SWTs. They come with video discussions, and yes, they cover last 10-year PYQs. So it is an excellent resource to ensure that we are doing a good coverage of PYQs. For example, there are class tests also in your test series. That's another column. Class tests focus on current pattern, which means last 3-year pattern of tests or topics. That is what is the class test. But when it is SWT, we go back up to 5 years, 7 years, and in some subjects maybe even back to 10 years. So that is SWTs. Class test and SWTs come with video discussions as well. Then there is another column in your test series which is called as NEET PG mock test, and there are about 11 or 12 mock tests available. What I want from all the बच्चास is मिनी टेस्ट रोज करेंगे, जैसे कि डीवीटी का टेस्ट आएगा, ट्रांसफॉर्म 10x टेस्ट आएगा, डेली क्विज भी आएगी. ठीक है. इसके अलावा आई वॉन्ट यू टू इंश्योर दैट यू आर यूजिंग एटलीस्ट 1 GT एंड 1 मॉक ऑल्टरनेटली. सो ऑल्टरनेटली यूज करो बेटा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आपने एक GT दे दिया है, next give a mock test, so that will give you a good range of different difficulties ka papers and a good coverage of topics as well. And from your mock and grand test, you have to make a wrong diary. Whatever you are doing wrong, you need to selectively go back to notes to see this. So as I said, dams pe kam se kam 5 या 6 level testing hai, right, which I want everyone to do. So currently the DVT based tests are free for everyone. As I said, I will see what I have to do with the transform 10x series as well, right? I might open that as well for everybody, but you have to promise me कि आप करोगे. ठीक है. So please ensure everything is taking up a lot of energy, thought process from our end, from the teachers end. They have to keep making these papers for you. They have to keep, on track. So आप यूज करोगे तो हमें अच्छा लगेगा. सो यू हैव टू प्रॉमिस कि आप सब टेस्ट दोगे. जो भी टेस्ट में गलती होगी उसके लिए आप अपने मेन नोट्स को या LRR को देखोगे. यू विल ओपन एंड सी योर मिस्टेक्स. ओके.
Now, side by side, also we are also adding a lot of and replacing and updating a lot of back to basics videos. So they are also there in your current subscription. Also, if you have a subscription right now, you will also get updated videos as well. Like for example, in radiology, I have added a separate section on radiological science. considering Iniset's favorite topic of one-liner in science. So I've added like a new section called as A to Z of radiology science. Similarly, there are a lot of updates in every subject. So we will make sure that you also get the updated videos also in your subscription. Also, our question is that if I was in your place, what will be my timelines and what will be my plan? Okay. And it is very important to make a good plan at this point of time, because if you don't make it, you are opening the gate for the underdogs to run after you, or underdogs to win the game. You don't want them to win. You want to maintain your momentum. My suggestion is, make a plan till November any set. Make a plan till November any set in your head. And then in the first 2 months, we will use more live rapid revision,
Yes.
DVT, and selectively we will go to the
Main
back
note.
to basics or the main notes for
Mistakes.
third, fourth year subjects mainly more, so that in your after NEET PG phase, after NEET PG you can go back to the back to basics or the TND for first second year also, because you already saw this year also in the INISET paper, first second year is asked more, while in NEET PG third and fourth year will have more weightage. You need to make a plan so that you don't, because I know many of you after August will say, सर अभी क्या इनी सेट कर लूं, वो पक्का बोलोगे क्योंकि वो रिजल्ट ही नहीं आएगा, रिजल्ट आएगा तो काउंसलिंग नहीं होगी. सो इट्स अ गुड आइडिया टू प्लान टिल नवंबर. If I was in your place, this is how I would pace myself. I would take a break today. I would watch the match, take it easy, and then after that I would make a plan ki boss, test and discussion, and I'll go for a like a 6 month kind of a plan, and I'll go 1 month, 1 month, 1 month, and I'll focus more on the third, fourth year till NEET PG. After NEET PG, I'll focus more on the first, second year, because I know the weightage of the paper. Also, I would keep this in mind that this is also a good time that after you watch the match today, you will see after the match is over, there will be analysts who will analyze कि ये मैच में आरसीबी कैसे खेला, पंजाब कैसे खेला, कौन कैसे खेला था, और कैसे वो उसको जीत रहा था या नहीं था, क्या था, है ना. ठीक है, कौन जीतेगा लगता है, आप लोग बताएं. बट मुझे लगता है कि दिस इज द टाइम आफ्टर द मैच टुडे टू डू योर ओन एनालिसिस फॉर योर ओन सेल्फ. यू हैव टू थिंक. अगर एग्जाम टाइम पे हो रहा था ना, तो आप में से बहुत सारे बच्चे कहते हैं कि काश टाइम मिल जाता तो मैं ये कर लेता, टाइम मिल जाता तो मैं वो कर लेता. कैन यू राइट ऑल दोज थिंग्स डाउन? If I had the time, what all would I have done? What all would I have done? Please write them down. From our side, we will also look at the possibility of conducting more CBTs. It takes time to book the computer centers, which you
Now
already have.
you know.
Now you already know
And it's
that.
difficult
So
to
many people, they keep
arrange.
asking us that, sir, you can you give us one more day to register, one more, but there is a cutoff date beyond which we cannot book the centers. So we have to take that time, but we will try our best to organize more CBTs. And from our side, we will look at how the marathon session that we have planned
And
should
the
be,
free mock.
and the free mock should be
Yes.
redated.
So I had planned a free mock, and its entire discussion free on YouTube. We will keep it free only. There is no doubt about that. But we will shift the date of the free mock, and we will also shift the date of the marathon session. Right? What I will say is कि please आप daily test use करो transform 10x and DVT, and anybody who wants to do a very very planned revision should take up DVT, should take up the TND. TND में क्या है? It is a continuous cyclical program, right? So कोई ना कोई टेस्ट लाइव आता रहता है. You can join any time. जब भी आप ज्वाइन करोगे you can do the live वाला version of whatever is happening, but the others will be available to you as well. For example, our entire recorded session will also be available. Sometimes maybe you will have two test papers already available, right? So it is a continuous program. TND में keeps running cyclically live on the app. Anybody can join anytime. Yes. So we will ensure that we will give you something from our side to keep your daily targets going, like the Transform 10x test and like the DVT test. So please do these two series. And मैं एक और चीज बताना चाहूंगी, हमारे FMG बच्चों का भी पेपर आने वाला है. So what I will do is the next Transform 10x series, I will make it in a format that it will be useful for both exam going students the FMG students, as well as the as well as the NEET PG. But you have to promise nobody is going to judge the test paper. Your board is same. We have even seen FMG questions directly coming in Inet in the recent exams, and even in NEET PG. So the next cycle of Transform 10x, I will cater to both the students, the FMG ones as well as the NEET PG ones, right? And they will those test papers, all 19 subjects I will cover, right? So DVT also, all 19 subjects we are covering. We will keep one test per day, one in Transform, one in DVT test is already free for everyone. We will try and see if the Transform 10x test can also be made free for everyone. I will try that for sure. Okay, that is what we will do from our side, so that you have your daily targets running.
Test and discussion, Dr. Priya, is different from test series. Test and discussion is a elaborate course where there is a 6 to 8 hours discussion on the test, trying to revise the entire subject in one go. So when you select your goals, when you download the app, you will see the first goal being NEET PG, second goal will be test and discussions. Usually, test and discussions are ideal for students who have done their one reading and they want to consolidate and do better on that. So that is the idea. Also, I wanted to add a line here that now we will on the YouTube channel, DAMS plans the we will create a plan for YouTube revision, which will be marathon revisions. We will discuss and give you a schedule which will be for both NEET PG and FMG
Yes,
paper.
yes,
The reason I'm telling you this is because FMG exam is in, I think, July,
yes,
and then August you have the NEET
yes.
PG. So now you have a same board taking two papers almost close to each other, and we believe that the revision for both will now be done together. So for all medical students, Indian medical graduate, foreign medical graduates, you will have a YouTube revision series by us. We will announce subsequently with the
Okay.
schedules and the dates as well.
Okay, there is one more thing that I can do, and I know Dr. Sumer and my tech team will be able to help me on that. Yeah, the third thing I can promise is I will again start a predictor series. We will say it will be the FMG predictor series.
I think we can do both
Yes.
combined,
Yes. So yes, we will do a
or
combined
revision series, or
predictor revision series. So that will the test again will be available for everyone free in the daily quiz section, and the YouTube discussions will happen for those tests live. Right. So those are the three things that I can promise from my side. Okay. One is the predictor series, one is the DVT test, and the other is the Transform 10x test. Right. And you have to promise आप टेस्ट करोगे, आप रिवाइज करोगे. Please remember, all my students need to do three things every single day, right? What is that? One is anti-grade revision. So for which in the first month, that is in the month of June, for your anti-grade revision, I am saying you will use live rapid revision. If you have seen the videos once, you can simply use the LRR books. They are also available. Anyone who wants to purchase the LRR books can also use the books straight away. They are completely filled up by the faculty themselves. The LRR is made by the faculty themselves from their own notes. So it is like from the horse's mouth. What exactly do we need to know? So in the month of June, I am giving you a target of finishing live rapid revision. Plus, I will be giving you daily targets for tests. They will be your Transform 10x test, your DVT test, and we will start with the Predictor series also. Already the Predictor series is going on. I am not stopping that. So you will have Predictor series tomorrow also, day after also, and then I will plan another series. So every day you will do one thing. The first is theory, for which I am saying use LRR, and for whatever mistakes you are doing, you can refer back to your main notes selectively for those topics. ठीक है, ताकि you improve in your weak zones. Okay. Second thing that everybody has to do every day is MCQ practice. So 50 to 100 MCQs, and as I said, if you are giving the daily target test, you will achieve that number very easily. Okay. So that is the MCQ practice. The third thing I am saying is the wrong diary. So from whatever test you have done in the day through your daily MCQ session, you will make a list of wrong topics. Very specifically, you will write down, and only those specific areas you will go and revise from your main notes or LRR. What should be the frequency of grand test? I would say grand test plus NEET test, mock test, 3. So once every 10 days हम alternate करेंगे. एक जीटी देंगे, फिर एक मॉक देंगे, फिर से एक जीटी देंगे. दे आर ऑल अवेलेबल इन योर टेस्ट सीरीज. आई विल रिपीट. As of now, I want everyone to give at least minimum requirement है 1 GT every 10 days. Okay? वंस अ वीक भी कर सकते हो. अगर आप 155 प्लस वाले बच्चे हो, आप वंस अ वीक भी कर सकते हो. बट अदरवाइज वंस इन 10 days, so that we are able to revise the mistakes that we have done in one GT before we give the other one, right? So I will repeat the plan again for everyone. Once I'll hand it over to Dr. Sumer, I'll repeat the plan for everybody, okay?
So I'll summarize what we've discussed by till now. The 3rd August is the tentative date for NEET PG as far as what National Board has submitted to the court. It will depend on, most likely, I think the courts should have no problem with that because it is as per the court's directive only. The court only has told to conduct the paper in a secure manner in the single shift. So what we believe that looking at 3rd of August, it is more than 2 months now. It is not a sprint, it is like a half marathon kind of stuff. Whatever you were planning to do but you could not do because of lack of time, this is the time to do that because you have time. If I was in your place, I would primarily do live rapid revision, DVT, and third, fourth year, either I would go back to my weak zones from back to basics or my TND to identify those weak zones. And I would not stop at NEET PG because if the exam is happening in August, by the time the result will come, by the time the result will come, you would have, and the counselings will be announced, you would have a INISET paper coming your way. I would plan a slightly longer thing because I always want to have a plan A, B, C, D like that. So I would keep a plan for INISET as well. And also, if I was in your place, I would also make a plan of, building up the momentum here onwards rather than running very fast on the 1 or 2 this week. It is not easy now because you already know that the paper is not going to happen on 15th of June. It is they've put a good 2 month gap between it. Personally, I feel they could have done it a little earlier. I feel if they could have done it by the um, latest by mid of July, it would have been slightly more easier on the students. Now it is more about how you handle your mindset. It is not just about how you study; it's also about your mindset. Because many people would have, thought कि बस किसी तरह ये 15 दिन निकालने and then my life would be easy. But now it is not 15 दिन any longer. It is more than 2 months. So it's like we can endlessly debate कि उनको ये करना चाहिए था वो करना चाहिए था लेकिन अब तो it is not in our control. We know that the paper is on 3rd of August, and but the good thing is INISET is always in the first half of the November. So that would be the plan. If I was in your place, this is the plan that I would follow. And I'll ask Dr. Deepti also, and we will start a series on our app with discussions on YouTube for both NEET PG and FMG, a revision series or a MCQ series. We will come back with the detailed announcements. We will look at scheduling more CBTs. We will add, few more subscription options in the app because I see many of you are wanting a 6 or a 3 month of option as well. We'll try to do that. And also from our side, we'll also restructure the free revision marathon on YouTube to cover more time for you. Now there's no need to do a two day thing right now, intense thing. We will restructure it for you.
Right. So I'll start taking the queries, and then in the end, I will tell you what all did I tell as the final strategy. So first query I see about INI TND. Beta INI TND was live for the May exam. The cycle has finished now. For INI TND, there will be no new live cycle, so you can utilize the same one. This is the one that started in December for May INI CT, and the papers are extremely predictive of what INI-CT demands. The discussions are INI-CT specific. So anyone who wants to use the INI-CT specially, they can use the INI-TND. Second, the NEET PG TND, yes, is a cyclical course. It keeps running live, one after the other, so you can join anytime. You will also get the previous recorded version, and in fact, sometimes even two sets of test papers and their videos as well. Okay. Then, yes, we will plan one more CBT at least. Give us time. We need to identify the centers and book because it takes time to do that, but we will do that. Now, I will come to what all things I want you to do. And acha usse pehle, yes, I will talk about wrong diary. Somebody is asking. So bache, in wrong diary, I would say the best test papers to do the wrong diary are from GT and mock test. What you have to write down in the wrong diary is three columns. The first columns are what I did wrong. Okay. The second column is memory based recall errors, which were factual. For example, values, investigation, organism, culture media, so on. That is your second column. Okay, completely recall based one liners. And the third column is anything new that you come across, which means you had not covered that topic, right? So divide your mistakes into these three columns. The volatile things you can write down in the wrong diary itself so that you can revise later. The new things should be kept minimum. Stick to only what GT videos tell you about it. Don't do a thesis on it. The first column is more important, where I want you to very specifically write exactly what you have done wrong. It is not the name of a big topic. It is very precisely the subtopic and the area that you have done wrong. So, for example, if you've done anti-arrhythmics wrong, you will very specifically write what in the anti-arrhythmics did you do wrong, right? If you have done AMTSL wrong, you have to see what exactly you have done wrong. Was it the drug name? Was it the dose? Was it the inclusions? So very specifically, you have to write down in the wrong diary, and then you have to spend at least 1 hour. That is a minimum requirement every day on revising the topics from your wrong diary from your notes. So
Dr. I think FMG बच्चे भी पूछ रहे हैं
yes, so FMG, we've already told you. For the FMG, we have already started our most awaited program, which is the DFX, right? DAMS FMG Express. It is the DVT version of FMG. DFX alone has an extremely high hit rate. We had a pass percentage of 94% last year for our FMG, last session for our FMG exam. So DFX will help you in rapidly revising all 19 subjects. It is made by the faculty. It is the DVT version for FMG. For our FMG bachas, we will be doing special tests, and these are going to be for both the FMG and NEET PG Transform 10x. Right? I will be starting a whole new cycle of Transform 10x tests for your revision. Okay. We will also be doing the FMG CBTs. Okay. That is also scheduled for you. So you should definitely give the FMG CBT as well. Also, we will be starting the another round of Predictor Series or revision series, which will be used for both the NEET PG and FMG students. The test will be available free for all in the daily quiz section, and the discussion will be held on YouTube. Right? So, those are the plans for our FMG students.
And I see a bacha asking, sir, I'm not a damn student. Can I still use DVT? I think this is a very important
Yes,
opportunity to
do
utilize
it. You
DVT.
will
DVT
thank
is
us
like
later.
would be one of the best decisions that you make in your life. And many of our children of maybe 10 years or 15 years back also, whenever they meet us, they always say, sir, वो DVT में क्या आग लगी थी, मजा आ गया था कि what how we could do such a good strike rate from a single course. So DVT has a lot of legacy. It's an important thing in the final phase. But considering you have 2 months, do more things. Do live rapid revision plus DVT, and focus more on third, fourth year subject for NEET PG and first, second year subject for your INISET in the November. I know it is not a easy time for many children because you were all geared up, all set, all fully running towards the 15 June, and many of you would have booked your Goa tickets and holidays and everything. Now you have that paper getting postponed not by 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. They have pushed it 2 months plus. So you have to change your mindset accordingly. अभी अगर वो 15 दिन सोच रहे थे ना, 15 दिन बस खाया खाना पीना छोड़ के पढ़ लेंगे, 2 महीने नहीं कर पाओगे वैसे, है ना? तो वी जस्ट नीड टू री shuffle the mindset that we have from a 15-day mindset to 2 months plus mindset. 15 दिन में तो था ना कि सर टाइम नहीं है तो ये नहीं कर रहा, टाइम नहीं है तो ये नहीं कर रहा, अब तो है, अब तो है. Okay, so that is my request. And I, every time whenever there is a delay in the paper, there are two kind of students. One who will say I am glad because मैंने तो अभी तक पढ़ा ही नहीं था, अच्छा मौका मिल गया. And one who would say कि सर अभी तो मैं जीत रहा था, मुझे 2 महीने और मेंटेन करना पड़ेगा. So that is, if you are winning the game, you still have to work hard to maintain the pole position. If you are starting late, you can take it as a opportunity for your own self as well कि बॉस लेट शुरू किया था, अच्छा 2 महीने मिलके कर लेते हैं. And I from from our own experience of last 5 years, and I feel that now NEET PG has become a roller coaster ride for students in terms of the dates. It has been for last 5 years now, and that is why we did not come live for the first 2 days, because we wanted them to come up with a date at least before we go live. Because what will we tell our children if we had come live yesterday? What would we tell you that was the paper is delayed and we don't know the dates? The board, nobody knows. So at least now we have some idea that okay, tentatively they are looking at 3rd of August. Okay, so that is why we thought we should be in the next 10 days. Maybe we'll come live for important updates, and then we'll start the daily transform maybe after 14th or 15th again. We will continue the daily transform, but we want to have something concrete to talk about in terms of the dates. मतलब अगर मैं कल आता, मैं क्या बताता कि 1 महीने के लिए पढ़ना है, 2 महीने पढ़ना है,
And
डेट्स ही नहीं पता थी.
absolutely, and not just this, अभी हम रोज अगर हम ट्रांसफॉर्म करेंगे ना, we really don't want to push you to the extreme, right? We want you to have your targets and take them in their stride. And believe me, जब जरूरत लगेगी हमें कि वापस पुश करना है, हम वापस से आ जाएंगे. So अभी we will come intermittently until 15th, and then let's see, we'll reevaluate and we'll maybe start the daily sessions again. So we'll keep coming intermittently to talk to all of you. Now, before we go, I will finally tell you the strategy that I want you all to have. So, the big strategy is in the first month, that is the month of June, I want everyone to do one cycle of live rapid revision. And in July, we will bounce back with DVT. Okay, the smaller parts are every day. In every day आपको 3 चीजें करनी है, right? So one will be your anti-grade revision through your LRR or your notes, right? The second part of your daily program is going to be giving tests, right? So you can use the TNDs. You can use the test that I will be also giving you as daily targets. So DVT के targets होंगे, DVT test free for everyone. Transform 10x targets, and we will soon again be. अभी तो Predictor Series is already going on. We will continue with yet another cycle of Predictor Series as well. Okay. The third thing that I want every bacha to do every day is wrong diary ka revision at least for 1 hour. So every student will have these three things in their daily schedule. For the GT frequency, I said the minimum should be once in 10 days. I also said you can alternate one GT and one mock test. New GTs will keep coming, okay, for all of you, but alternate between one grand test and one mock test. The GT frequency can go up to once a week for students who are above 155, correct? You can give one GT every week as well. More important than giving the grand test is analyzing it. So please use the wrong diary to analyze GT. Between one GT and the second GT, you must go through the wrong diary. You must try and revise those topics from your main notes. So main notes को हम रखेंगे for selective revisions of whatever we are weak in, right? For anyone for whom it is difficult to do revision by themselves by making a schedule, please use the TND. NEET PG TND is excellent. It also comes with all inclusions. There are 2 sets of test papers. They all come with video discussions. You really don't need to make notes because you already have everything. So all you can do is give the test, listen to the videos in a fast pace. utilize these test papers that you have there, right? So that is the plan for next 2 months. For up till 15th, we'll try and come intermittently to talk to you, and then
I
every
think
day as well we will
I think
start.
Dr. Deepti, till 15th, what we'll do is we will come live and discuss the timelines once more with you. Once we update our own timelines for CBTs and the mock tests and the revision sessions. So once we have a little bit concrete things done by our team based on the 3rd
Yeah,
August,
give us some
so we
time.
will come live and announce the entire calendar for YouTube, entire calendar for the DAMS quiz section, the free quiz section on the app. We will make sure that you have enough planning from our side going on. And we told after that, maybe tentatively around 15th we can start the daily transforms again in the morning. We will be with you till your NEET PG paper. We'll keep discussing, we'll keep motivating. The only thing is that we also need some information, like till a few hours back, we nobody had any idea like what time, what date is the board thinking of. So the problem is that whenever we come live, we want to have something concrete to tell you that okay, this is the tentative date of the paper is 3rd August. So and some student is saying, sir, आप किसको support कर रहे हो, आरसीबी? मैं बच्चे तुझे सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ। मेरा मेरा
आरसीबी
प्लेयर
भी तुम ही हो और
मेरा
पंजाब भी
प्लेयर
तुम
तो
ही हो।
तुम हो, है ना? आई वांट माय चिल्ड्रन टू गेट अ टॉप रैंक इन द पेपर। सब अपना अपना सपना पूरा करें, दैट इज आवर गोल। एंड आई थिंक with this, I'll request Dr. Deepti to give some concluding message to children. But from my side, only thing is change the mindset from the sprint mindset to a half marathon mindset. अभी ये मत सोचो कि अभी ऐसा नहीं लग रहा कि कुछ करना था लेकिन मैं कर नहीं रहा हूँ, बिकॉज यू वर इन दैट स्प्रिंट माइंडसेट। अभी पता है कि स्प्रिंट नहीं है, अभी थोड़ा तो धीरे जाना पड़ेगा।
Absolutely. My few things that I would definitely want to say before we say goodbye for today is going to be number one, please know that you're not alone in this. Everyone, whoever was preparing, is going through the same mess, right? And everyone needs to refocus and realign. So we are all in the same boat. Second, I don't want you to go into two extremes. What are the two extremes? बहुत टाइम है, आराम से पढ़ेंगे, ठीक है? टाइम है मगर ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत सारा है, उतना टाइम है जितने में हम इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं. The other extreme, I don't want you to burn out. It's very, very important, especially, a lot of you have been studying for many, many hours. You can reduce the hours and improve the quality. Please understand, it's always about quality and not quantity. डैम्स की बहुत सारी अच्छी अच्छी रिविजन कोर्सेज हैं जो आप यूटिलाइज कर सकते हो. दे गिव यू द क्वालिटी, राइट? एंड दिस इज एसेंशियल. द थर्ड थिंग लास्ट, एंड आई एम हैंडिंग इट ओवर टू हिम, इज that we want you all to do something which is aligned to your cause and purpose every day. No day should be a zero day or a null day. You have to put in some efforts. Consistency is the key here. You have to move forward every day. Okay, that's what I have to say.
I think there is some children in the chat who are new to dams and they were asking, sir, where do we find the plans? So whenever you open your app, and you will see a button to log in. You just put in your phone number, you'll get the OTP. I'm doing it side by side just to show it to you. Just give me 1 second, because I think one bacha Priya is again and again asking in the chat, "के sir कहाँ है?" मैं just okay. So we are looking at all your suggestions, and we'll come back with the answers to most of the problems that the children have.
Right. So it's very
Okay.
important that
Okay.
when you will
So
open your home page, so on the home page,
so first you will see are you able to see here? You will see this section where you can select your goal. So all you can do is select your goal to TND instead of the NEET PG which you have already selected. So if you select your goal to TND, then you can see the TND options.
okay, so I think that is going to be it for today. And remember, whenever it is the storm, we have to stay calm and wait for it to get over. But side by side, also prepare for what is coming up. Yes. So essential, I would say you can reduce your number of hours. I think a 6 hour of consistency good quality material is good enough. So even if you do that for next 2 months, you are sorted. Okay, I have given you the wide range of things that I want you to do. It is nothing new. I don't want you to do anything new, but I want you to keep doing your revisions. I want you to keep practicing tests. I want you to maintain your wrong diary to know what to revise. ठीक है, नहीं तो हमारा स्कोर नीचे आ जाएगा. Yes, we will definitely try and keep at least one more CBT as promised, but give us some time. Even we need to book the centers. It's a whole lot process, so we will do that. We will come up with the dates soon. Okay, we will shift the dates of the marathon and of the free mock to a little later date. Okay.
So NEET PG mock that was supposed to happen on 5th will be rescheduled. The marathon revision sessions that were scheduled on 10th and 11th will be restructured and rescheduled. We are with you. We will give you an announcement on the both the new dates. We will be scheduling more CBTs. We will plan it and update on the app as well as send you a notification as well as a message and tell you on YouTube. Everywhere possible, we'll reach out to you. And I see a lot of students are saying two CBTs, so we've noted it down that maybe we'll try our best. We'll try our best. And I also see some students have requested for a 3 and a 6 month subscription option. Also, we'll look at the option and we'll definitely try our best to do whatever we can with our own limitations. So we wish you all the best. And at least now there is some clarity. Till yesterday night, we were all like, ये जुलाई भी कर सकते हैं या अगस्त भी कर सकते हैं, क्या करेंगे कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. एटलीस्ट नाउ वी नो दे आर लुकिंग एट 3rd August. So 3rd August is the submission that the national board has made to the court that they are only able to do the paper on 3rd August tentatively. Again, notice the word tentative right now, and keep this in mind whenever you're preparing for the papers. Last 5 years, no date of NEET PG has ever been fixed. It has always been tentative.
Yes, somebody's saying I look tired. No, I'm just disgusted. Okay, I'm not tired, but yes, this entire all this, it is so much of deja vu for me. I feel I'm doing this every year. Every year, I boost my students to a certain exam date. I ensure they maintain their mental health. I ensure that they are in the best of the spirit. I push them through as with a team. Obviously, when I say I, it's not just me. There is a whole team of people who are working out. We bring you to that level where you feel you're in the best of the spirits, and then we have this date hangama every year. It's been happening for last 5 years. It's just too overwhelming for us as well to bear it every single year. I mean, it's like a ritual now. Okay, so I'm just oh.
अच्छा, मैं ना एक दो चीजें ऐसी बताऊंगा जो आप भूल जाओगे, नहीं तो लिख लेना कहीं पे. Whenever NEET PG happens, suppose the NEET PG happened on June, suppose वो 15 जून को NEET PG कर देते, तो this paper recall was very important for FMG students who would be appearing for foreign medical graduate exam in July. अभी एफएमजी का जुलाई में होगा, तो उसका रिकॉल जो मैं डैम्स यूट्यूब पर डालूंगा, आप सबने देखना है नीट पीजी के लिए भी. सो कीप दिस इन माइंड बेटा. नीट पीजी students who are appearing for NEET PG should attend on the DAMS channel FMG recall, which will happen after the FMG exam. We always do a mega recall session. Don't miss it because you might get a direct repeat because the board is now doing two papers in near each other. ये बहुत जरूरी है, भूलना नहीं है. दूसरा, consider Inet November also as a part of your goal making because you might forget. आपको लगेगा अगस्त के बाद कौन नवंबर तक पढ़ेगा, लेकिन रिजल्ट तो 3rd August नहीं आएगा ना भाई. काउंसलिंग तो नहीं हो जाएगी ना. आई टेल यू एवरी ईयर आई हैव सीन दिस. whenever they delay the paper, वो it is a good idea to add Inet also in your planning.
Okay. Lastly, because I said I just want you to know that we would not be coming every day. ठीक है, मुझे लगता है उतना भी आपको पुश नहीं करना है मुझे कि आप ओवरवेलम होके थक जाओ. So we will come intermittently. But till that time, I want everybody जिसने भी हमारे ट्रांसफॉर्म सेशन पहले नहीं सुने हैं, and I will tell you to tell your friends also. मुझे खुद को ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ ट्रांसफॉर्म सेशंस ऐसे हैं जो सच में ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग है and you should listen to them. Yes, there was one which me and Dr. Sumay did on how to approach MCQs, which is like the guess it technique. It is worth listening to and worth following. There was another transform session where I talked about how to avoid silly mistakes. I think you definitely should. Anyone who feels MCQ skill is their problem, you should. Then there was a strategy session I did exactly 2 months when the date was 15th of June, and I had given a plan for it. We can follow exactly the same strategy plan even now, right? So you can go through some of these transform sessions. We've put our heart and soul into it. And जितना आप used to हो गए थे हम भी used to हो गए थे. So actually मगर कल इतना शोर था, everyone was wanting to come live and really not say anything, but just add to the chaos. So we waited, and we thought we would take a day, let these students get, let them absorb the situation, and then we'll come live. But I was glad that you all missed us, something that I never expected.
That is our the classic damn strategy of pause. I always tell you, between any reaction and your many action and your reaction, there is a pause in which you have the power to choose. So after the exam date was postponed, and we had a power to choose कि अभी लाइव जाके बोले पोस्टपोन हो गया, सब बच्चे पूछेंगे कब हो रहा है, तो हमें लगा यार अभी जब हमें कब पता ही नहीं तो
और
रुक जाते हैं.
स्ट्रैटेजी भी नहीं पता
एटलीस्ट
थी ना,
नाउ वी
कब
नो.
नहीं पता था
अगर
तो.
फिर आप बोलते कैसे पढ़े, मैं कैसे बताऊं कि 15 दिन के लिए अलग पढ़ना है, महीने के लिए अलग है, 2 महीने के लिए अलग है. नाउ वी नो इट इज 2 months plus, and now we thought it is the right time to come live and tell you कि this is a golden opportunity for all the students who
For a
were
comeback.
for a comeback, you know. So we will repeat after
Yeah, our
our
motto.
motto. Don't forget our motto जो हमने बनाया था अभी थोड़े दिन पहले बनाया हुआ था. My comeback will be greater than my.
Setback. Absolutely, Shubhaji. Thanks for reminding us, and thanks for reminding everyone. So we will leave again with everyone writing this. This may be a little setback for all of us, but we will convert it into an opportunity. We will work hard, right? And we will bounce back. So our comeback will be stronger than our setback. Okay? चलो, टेक केयर एवरीवन, हैव अ गुड डे अहेड. टेक 1 or 2 days ऑफ, बट बहुत लंबा नहीं लेना है, और फिर रीस्टार्ट करना है. ठीक है? द प्रिडिक्टर सीरीज इज स्टिल गोइंग ऑन. इट विल हैपन लाइव ऑन द यूट्यूब. The DVT tests are still going on. I will soon start with the Transform 10x tests as well. So take care. Have a wonderful day ahead. Take care of your family, loved ones. Okay? Bye.
एंड फाइनली जस्ट रिमाइंडिंग यू कि अभी तक हम ऐसे भाग रहे थे जैसे देर इज नो टुमारो. स्प्रिंट है, 15 दिन है, कुछ भी छूटना नहीं चाहिए, भागते रहना है. एंड नाउ वी हैव टू कीप इन माइंड अभी मुझे ये 2 महीने प्लस भागना है. यू इट इज ओके टू टेक अ ब्रेक. इफ यू आर प्लानिंग टू टेक अ ब्रेक, दिस इज द राइट टाइम. टुडे इज द राइट टाइम टू टेक अ ब्रेक एंड द राइट मैच एज वेल. सो विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट, एंजॉय द मैच.
And
ये
may the
सोचो,
best team win.
मे द बेस्ट टीम विन. एंड ऐसे सोचो कि तेरे मैच देखने के लिए पेपर पोस्टपोन हुआ है. आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट. टेक केयर एवरीवन.
Take care, everyone. Bye bye.